It's that time of year again where I plant pumpkin seeds and do what I can to keep them alive. This year I am starting off the year strong, fertilizing on time and consistently. The first type of fertilizer I'm going to be using is pumpkin juice. I use this one because it has a nice mixture of the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Starting off with pumpkins, you always want to use something that has a little bit higher nitrogen to help promote the growth. Later on, when my pumpkins are blooming, I'll switch to something like Fruit and Bloom or another type of fertilizer that has a little bit less nitrogen and more of the other two, phosphorus and potassium, to promote the growth in the pumpkin itself. But this is really easy to mix up. The instructions are right on the label. Shake it up. You add 1 to 2 ounces per gallon of water. You can measure it with the little measuring thing on the bottle, or you can measure it out in a measuring cup. I'm measuring it through the bottle just to show you how you do it that way. But then you fill it up with you fill your spray container up with water and make sure it's mixed up, and then you spray the pumpkins. It's really important to spray when it is not in direct sunlight, so either in the morning or evening. I'm spraying in the evening around 7 or 8 at night when the sun's going down and the temperature's dropping. If you choose to spray in the middle of the day, you're running a very high risk of burning the leaves of your plants, and that could lead to your plants dying at worst, and at best they may just suffer and actually not benefit from the fertilizer. So spray them when the temperatures are cooler and the sun's not up in the middle of the day. It's also important to make sure your plant gets plenty of water following fertilizing them. That way it has enough time to soak up and absorb the fertilizer and the nitrogen without also letting it burn its leaves. One of my mistakes I made last year was spraying fertilizer on my plants like at 3 in the afternoon, and I didn't spray a whole bunch, so I didn't think it would make that big of a difference, and I did notice that about half my plants had burned leaves on them after a few days. Now you may be wondering how much to spray on top of your plants. You want to give it a nice just spray so that all the leaves get it. You don't want to spray so much that the fertilizer is dripping off the plants. So my plants are really small right now, and actually I'm just mostly fertilizing a bunch of random plants that are popping up from my pumpkins last year. But since they're so small, I'm just spraying very, very briefly because I don't want to run the risk of over fertilizing, especially in this young of a state. When they're bigger and their leaves are larger, I will make sure that all the leaves get sprayed, and I will spread out and put a little bit more fertilizer on each plant. It's a fairly easy process. You can do this fertilization every 1 to 2 weeks depending on how comfortable you feel and how often you want to spray them. My soil is not the best, and so I'll probably be spraying once a week, at least for the first few weeks, to get my plants up and going. I do have my plants that I actually planted starting to germinate, so those will also, I'll make sure to take close care and attention to those to make sure that they all survive and do well. But I'm really excited for this year growing pumpkins. It's my 6th or 7th year, and every year I'm learning something new, and my pumpkin patch is just getting better and better. But good luck growing, and I hope this helped. Have a great day, guys.